Alright, so today on Tin Lizzy we are going to do an oil change, and we're going to check underneath and see what suspension and steering needs to be replaced. So I'll walk you through that as we go. Alright, so quickly what we need for the oil change is 15 quarts of 15W40 according to Ford, a new oil filter. I always use Motorcraft because that's what Ford specs, and sometimes their diesels can be very touchy. Underneath we've got it jacked up just to get ourselves a little more clearance here. We're going to need tons and tons of oil pans because it takes 15 quarts of oil. And underneath here we have our 19mm socket and our 36mm socket. 19 is for the pan and 36 is for the oil filter here. And we'll go ahead and pull these off. Alright, so you should be able to see what we pulled out of here. This is the filter carrier and the filter. Notice the rubber side is up, not the clip. And there's a red O-ring on here. The new filter comes with a new O-ring, and the filter will go in this orientation with this clippy side down. Okay, so very important designation doing the oil change. You will see on this cap, it's very tough to see, but it says Wix do not reuse. Wix sells their filter with their cap. It's very specific for all these 6-liter diesel engines so they get the right sealing. So if you want to have the correct cap, you do actually have to go and get the Motorcraft cap. This is the part number for it, which will fit your 6-liter van or truck. This one's the van. And then put your filter in and go ahead and put that back underneath the van. Tighten it up to 25 Newton meters like it says on the bottom of the can here. If you can see that. Don't know what that is in freedom units, but we'll figure it out. Very important that we get that right filter in there. So thanks again to the guys on the school bus forum. That's super helpful that they caught that. Probably saved this engine a lot of trouble, so make sure when you're doing yours, if the cap is not a Motorcraft cap, doesn't have the Ford part number on it, get the right cap and use the Motorcraft filter. You know, if you're going to go with the Wix route, the Wix one comes with the filter. Just make sure you replace the cap, and if you ever want to go back to the Motorcraft filter, keep the Motorcraft capped. So thanks again guys on the schoolie bus forum, and hopefully this helps anybody else who's trying to do this at home. So I doubt everyone will have the same problem as I did, but I was having a really hard time getting this filter to come out, so I just clamped it in the vise here and then gave this guy a pretty good tug while I was twisting on it, and these snaps up top popped right off. So next we'll take off the O-ring here to replace it with a new one. And many folks recommend just coating this thing in some oil, much like you would on a normal car, just to make sure that when you do take it off next time, this little O-ring doesn't stick and you forget about it and get a leak later. So we've got our new O-ring, Motorcraft, Ford OEM, which is now on, in the groove all the way around, and then we'll snap in our new oil filter and head back to the car. And before I snap that in, I just put both side by side to make sure they are the same size and nothing is weird or I got the wrong one somehow. So probably worth doing if you get one. And then this will just pop in like that. Also note that underneath there is an Allen key drain plug here. I did not use that earlier. I probably should have, and that'll probably save you a little bit of oil on your hands. Alright, going back together. You just want to go back up, same way we were, and we'll tighten this back in. And you just want it to be a little more snug. You don't have to really torque this thing, it is a plastic housing. Try to get as tight as you can, hand tight. And probably just go a little bit more with the wrench once it's hand tight. just a little bit more with this guy. That should do it. Now we're gonna fill this guy up with 15 quarts of lube juice and let her go. Done. Go ahead and start it up and check for any leaks, and we'll be good to go.